You don't even have to go buy anything, dude. Like, you already have these things. Like, these things are already here. Like, the trees are already outside. Nature outside. You don't have to go anywhere crazy. Just go outside. Isn't that so cool? It like trips me out, you guys. I seriously am just like, wow, this is so cool. What is up, guys? So I'm back again with a really exciting video that I've been like dying to share with you guys. I wrote down notes and everything because I don't want to miss anything. I kind of try to like structure it a little bit more just so that I wouldn't miss anything. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 healthy habits that have completely changed my perspective on life, my outlook on life, my quality of life. I feel like I'm just so much happier lately, myself and Michael. So obviously I wanted to share with you guys because I love you guys so much and I just felt really called to share this with you guys. So if you guys are ready, don't forget to subscribe and let's go ahead and jump right in. I have my cute little water. A lot of these things are probably things that I've already mentioned before, but I just have so much more to add to them now, and I obviously want to share that with you guys. So the first one is avoid social media first thing in the morning. We've talked about this, you guys. I've mentioned it in like my morning routines, and it is something that has really changed my life. And it's something that I feel like is so small that you would probably think like, oh, it's like not that big of a deal. Also, if you guys hear like birds and stuff, you guys already know that I'm the bird lady. The birds are just all around here, so if you hear them, it's fine. They're my babies, they're my birds, no big deal. But anyways, I get something so small that you probably wouldn't think that it would make such an impact on your day, but I promise you, like, try it for a week and you will see such a difference. Your subconscious mind is most active when you just wake up. Which means that you're in the alpha state, which means that you can even like manifest things a lot better at that time. And so you can use this to your advantage. But a lot of times we choose to wake up, like we're not even conscious yet, and we're like already on our phone, and our subconscious is intaking whatever it is that we're looking, watching. A lot of the times it's like news on Twitter, seeing what's going on, and like that's how you're setting the tone for your day. And sometimes social media and the news is probably not the way that you want to set the tone. You know what I mean? Not to mention, it also like affects your subconscious. You are able to manifest more so through your subconscious, through like beliefs and patterns and stuff like that, as opposed to your conscious mind. A lot of times we're consciously trying to attract or manifest a lot of things, but our subconscious mind is blocking those manifestations. So that's why it's so important to be very aware of what we are like telling ourselves, what we're consuming, what we're watching. A lot of these things, even for me, were things that I'd heard about, I've done before, but I wasn't doing these things consciously. And it makes so much of a difference when you're doing things consciously and when you're just doing them on automatic just to do them. You know what I mean? So another thing is practicing gratitude. This is a really big one. And you might be thinking, well, I don't really have anything to be grateful for. Like, everything is going wrong. You know, we're having like COVID, and there's always gonna be a lot of things that you can think like, I have nothing to be grateful for. But you guys, there are so many things to be grateful for. If you're watching this video, that means that you probably have a phone or a device or something. If you're watching this video, that means that you have like Wi-Fi or you have internet. If you're watching this video, that means that you have the eyes and the vision to see. You know, so there's already like 3 things that I was able to count down for you to be grateful for. And I think that just being grateful for everything you have. And I know that a lot of times we've been sold on this idea that we need things to be grateful for. Like, I need more things, or yeah, I got this, but now move on to the next. But that's not how it goes. Like, you have to be grateful for the things that you already have in order to be able to attract whatever it is that you want. Because the more that you are grateful for, the more that you can bring in. So another thing that I like to do when I like immediately wake up, sometimes I haven't even opened my eyes yet, but I just kind of like stop and think like 3 things that I'm grateful for, right? And I'll put in like 2 things that I do already have. So I'll be like, you know, I'm so grateful for Michael. I love him. Like, he's there for me, whatever. I'm so grateful for my home. And then I'll say, I'm so grateful for something that I'm trying to attract, right? So let's say that you're trying to attract a new house. You would say, I'm so grateful for my house, even though you don't have it yet, but you're being grateful as though you already had it, and you're like feeling these emotions of just gratitude. Like you're just kind of like slipping it in there with the things that you're already grateful for that you already have. You know what I mean? There is like a little technique behind this. But in doing that, you are already starting off your day on like a lovely note, and you're really like giving that gratitude into your subconscious. Okay, the next one also has some gratitude tied into it, but this is actually journaling and scripting. So I have my little notebooks here that I'm sure you guys have seen on my Instagram if you guys do follow me. I have my little 5-minute journal, which is a little gratitude journal. If you don't have this notebook and you can't get it for any reason, don't let the notebook stop you from starting your journey now, okay? You could just use any regular notebook. You can use a piece of paper. I mean, I would definitely recommend using a notebook so you can kind of like have a nice place where you know, have like your gratitude. I got lipstick all over it. So here, just to give you a little rundown of what we got going on in here, it says, I'm grateful for 3 things. What would make today great? 3 things. Daily affirmations. That's also really important, is to like give yourself some positive affirmations, because even though you don't think that you're probably being mean to yourself, like even myself, I've done so much, I mean, work over the years on like my personal growth and stuff, but especially this past year, where I've never thought I was somebody who talked bad to myself. You know, a lot of people will say like, oh, I'm ugly, or you know, I hate myself, or like I hate my body, or stuff like that. I feel like I've kind of worked through that like a while ago, and that's not something that I deal with. And I always thought like, oh, I'm always nice to myself. But I'm gonna share with you guys some tips where I wasn't really being that nice to myself, and I wasn't conscious of it. So a lot of times it's a lot of these things that we're not conscious about, and so that's why it's so important to start analyzing kind of like yourself, your triggers, the way that you react to things, because under all of those things are like lessons and ways that you can learn. But anyways, I kind of like got off the topic here. So anyways, daily affirmations, and then at night it says 3 amazing things that happened today, and then how I could have made today better, right? But you can always just write down what you're grateful for. I'm so happy and grateful. That's how I usually start out mine, because I have my gratitude journal, but then I also have my scripting journal, which is another method of like manifestation. So I can do like an in-depth video if you guys want, because I do like a lot of journaling, and I have like my other journal upstairs, so I take a lot of time to journal and stuff. But okay, this one right here, stop judging and shaming yourself, okay? This is one that, what I was referring to, that I didn't know that I was kind of mean to myself, because I wasn't consciously like doing it, you know, and like I wasn't really addressing the issue. And through shadow work, if you're familiar with shadow work is when you go into the shadows of yourself, the things that you don't really want to deal with, and bring them to light and kind of like face them head on. And you're just kind of like, okay, what's the problem? Where is this issue rooting from? You know, but a lot of times we choose to just like, I don't want to deal with you. But like I said, those things very much are in your subconscious. So anyway, I realized that I was actually being like shaming and guilting, that doesn't make sense, and making myself feel guilty about things that I really had no control over. And those emotions are even on a lower scale than fear. Like those are really like low vibration emotions. And that doesn't mean that you're not gonna feel them, okay? It just means that you need to work through them and know that you are not your emotions. Some of the things that I was just feeling really like not great about, and I would just kind of like throw it to the back burner. As a lot of you guys know, I came out with merch. There were some issues on the back end because of COVID, and they had to shut down production because of COVID. As you guys know, there's been like a lot of lockdowns and stuff. Obviously things that like I can't control, nobody else can control. And I was feeling super not great about it, you know? And I was really like feeling that guilt and that shame, because I just kind of felt like, what, like this is my first like merch launch, and people are gonna, you know, not ever gonna try to order any products that I make or anything like that, because they're gonna think about this situation that I really have no control about it. And I, you know, got emails and would kind of let you guys know what the situation is, but I felt a lot of like shame and a lot of guilt. And anytime that I would think about like my merch, or anybody would like mention my merch, it just caused this like very negative emotion where like it just felt like a kind of like a little pit in my stomach. I just didn't feel great about it. And every time that I would think about it, it would bring back that emotion. And it just was like this reoccurring emotion that I didn't even want to deal with. And I would just like put it away. And putting away, like I mentioned, doesn't do anything except for just like bury it. And then you start working and having thoughts and patterns and stuff that now you're not even aware of because you've tucked it so deep somewhere. Then I kind of came to the realization of like, I can't control that. Like I cannot control, you know, what happened with COVID, you know, the lockdowns and stuff. So almost like thinking, what is it about that is bothering you? Why is it bothering you? Can anything be done? Yes or no? And kind of almost go to the root of the problem. And once you go to the root of the problem, like the problem can disappear. Does it mean that it doesn't suck that that situation happened? No, it doesn't mean that. But it means that I know that there's nothing that I can do about it. And I'm not going to keep like beating myself up over it over and over and over and over again, because that's not even going to make a difference. Does that make sense? So just, if you're thinking about things that make you feel shame or make you feel guilt, like really try to go to the root of those things, because those feelings are not going to change the circumstance, you know? Like it would be nice if feeling shame and guilt actually changed something, but it usually doesn't. It just makes you feel more bad and more bad and more bad and more bad, and that just like really lowers your frequency, lowers your vibration, and hence like you're attracting stuff that makes you feel guilty and shameful. I'm pretty nice to myself, I'd like to think, but that was something that was super like unconscious that I didn't know I would do to myself, like self-sabotage in that way. So I just thought it would be something that I would want to share. Spending time outdoors, you guys, so important. And I know that this is one of those things that it's like, well, yeah, obviously it's important, but you guys, seriously, it's so important to like go out and connect with like Mother Earth and connect with what the earth gave to us, what we are, you know what I mean? Which is like the trees, the birds, the sky, fresh air, just everything that is like Mother Nature. It really does help to ground you. Even though, you know, you might feel like, oh, I don't really like, you know, the outdoors. It's good for your soul. One that I've been doing, and it's gonna sound really funny if you've like never heard of this, but hugging a tree, okay? You guys, I swear it is an experience, okay? Every time that I go out to hug my tree, I try to do it in the morning time to like ground myself and really like connect. You just feel like the energy. I'm excited to go outdoors once I finish with this video, but it just feels like you can seriously feel the energy, you guys. I'm not even kidding. Like, I know that it sounds crazy and it's like, wait, what? But it helps to like really ground you. Hugging a tree increases levels of hormone oxytocin, I'm not sure. This hormone is responsible for feeling calm and emotional bonding. When hugging a tree, the hormones serotonin and dopamine make you feel happier. It's like, it's proven, okay? It's not even like I'm just saying go hug a tree. Also, you could ground yourself by going in the grass barefoot. Research has shown barefoot contact with the earth can produce nearly instant changes in a variety of psychological measures, helping improve sleep, reduce pain, decrease muscle tension, and lower stress. You guys, don't knock it till you try it, okay? I'm telling you, walking out in the grass barefoot or hugging a tree. Like sometimes I'll just go out and hug a tree and I'll just be there for like a couple of minutes, literally just, it feels so good. Honestly, also, I didn't write this on my list, but breathe. You guys, I feel like we don't make conscious decisions to breathe, and it's so important. Like it feels so good to just breathe, which is another thing that you really connect to during meditation, is obviously like you're doing like breath work and stuff, but breathing is so nice. I just feel like there's a lot of these things that we just take for granted, and they're all things that you don't even have to go buy anything, dude. Like you already have these things. Like these things are already here. Like the trees are already outside. Nature outside. You don't have to go anywhere crazy. Just go outside. Just go to grass. You know what I mean? You don't have to go anywhere and get anything to feel grateful right now. Isn't that so cool? It like trips me out, you guys. I seriously am just like, wow, this is so cool. I literally cannot. Like, the birds are just, wow. Wow, wow, wow. You could breathe right now. Pause this video. Breathe. Take 3 deep breaths and feel how good it feels to like feel this physical body. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. A self-care day, you guys. All of these things are things that we just need to make conscious decisions to do. Do a mask for yourself. Do like make like a set an intention. Today I'm gonna do like self-care. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. Take a shower, wash your hair, and while you're in there, make a conscious decision to like feel, you know, feel the soap in your hair, feel the conditioner, how nice it feels, like feel how it feels to have the water running on your body, and then come out and do like a little face mask. Like all of the cool thing about all of these things is that these are all things that you can already do. Like, you don't need to go and buy anything. You don't need to, like, these are all things that you can start doing right this moment. So cool. Okay. So reading, masking, skincare, listening to an audiobook, going for a walk, painting your nails, cooking something, making a latte. Like, as long as you're making like a conscious decision, like an intention, I'm going to take care of me today, you know? And I know that a lot of you guys are probably parents, you're students, you have a busy ass life, but like, set that intention. You guys, there's nothing more important than like you and your well-being, and we have forgotten that. We have really forgotten that in this society where like we're just like go, go, go. And if you're not hustling, you're lazy. And if you're not like on the go, like you're not gonna succeed. And like, no, we have to come to terms with like ourselves. Like, come to peace. You know what I mean? Take a moment for you. You deserve it because you do. Because you do. Because you were born, you deserve it. Okay? You deserve it because you were born. You deserve to take care of you because you are important, and I love you, and you are fundamental to this universe. Okay? So for example, for me, I love reading. Okay? That has been like what I've just been doing lately. Reading, I really enjoy it so much. It fills my soul. It makes me happy. Bird watching. Is there a point to bird watching? No, but it fills my soul, and that is enough. And I deserve to have a moment for myself and connect with nature. And like, you know, I posted something the other day that said taking care of yourself is productive, and I got so many DMs of people saying like, I feel guilty, or, you know, I wish, you know, I could feel this way. And it's like, you guys, we've really been brainwashed and programmed to think that taking care of you is a waste of time. The audacity. No, taking care of you is not a waste of time. Taking care of you, it should be the #1 priority. Yes, we have jobs. Yes, there are things that we need to be doing. But like, if you really stop from that like automatic point of view, you will realize that things will flow so much better if you are the best you, and you are feeling good, and you are feeling taking care of yourself. Okay, I feel like everybody needs to read this book. It's literally not even long, and it just will give you so much insight and just so much clarity, you know, and you'll be able to really get closer to who you are. The 4 Agreements. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know that I stay talking about this book. This is your sign to get it, you guys, okay? It's literally, I think, like $4 at Target or something. Like I said, I'm gonna link it down below. The Power of Now has been transformational. I don't really know what the word would be. I read it twice. So good, okay? It just, you guys just need to read these books, okay? So good. Letting Go, phenomenal book, phenomenal. A New Earth, also great. So I'm gonna make a list on my description of, you know, the different books and stuff. I don't want to get super into what the books are like about, just because that's not what today's video is about. But let me know if you guys would be into it. I can definitely do maybe on TikTok just like a quick, you know, rundown of each book, and that way you guys will see what resonates with you. Because, you know, if you haven't started maybe your spiritual journey at all, like some of them might be too like, wait, I don't get it. So I think the 4 Agreements is definitely one that everybody should start with, though. Honestly, such a good book. You guys already know, I stay talking about it. You guys, meditation, life changer, okay? And I had meditated before. I've gone to events where we like meditated and stuff. But this past year, it has just completely transformed my life. I didn't really know all of the benefits for it. I just didn't think it was, you know, I was just kind of like, okay, like I don't have time for that. Like that's not something that I want to do. Like that doesn't sound like fun. I don't want to just sit there. That was kind of like my mentality. I mean, I was open to doing it, but I just didn't feel it in my soul to do it. You know what I mean? Okay, let me tell you the benefits real quick of meditation, okay? And this is just like a little bit of them, okay? It reduces symptoms of depression. You can gain a new perspective on stressful situations, building skills to manage your stress, increasing self-awareness, focusing on the present, reducing negative emotions, increasing imagination and creativity, and increasing patience and tolerance. You guys, honestly, it has just transformed my life. We meditate twice a day now, and it's just because it's such a nice experience, and it will also really just help to transform your day, and it just helps you clear the mind, because we came here, you guys, and we forgot who we were, okay? It's so crazy. Like, we literally came here and forgot who we were, and we have just let our mind go off. Our mind is running every single day, and it's so loud, and you never really notice how loud it is until you stop and you meditate and you really just sit with yourself. There is actually this cool show that just came out on Netflix called Guide to Meditation. He talks all about his experience and how he became a monk, because he's a monk, and he talks all about it. They also have a lot of really good ones on YouTube, a lot of beginner ones, a lot of guided ones, a lot of ones with like really cool intentions that I've done and I can get into later. But you guys, meditating will be absolutely life-changing for you. Moments of consciousness are just, we need to have them, okay? So you guys see that I like really do up my little like drinks, my matcha, my coffee. Those are moments in my day where it's like I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna set the intention of like sitting and having my matcha and having my coffee and having my drink and like enjoying this present moment, okay? And that's a lot of like what meditation is about, is like sitting and being present. But obviously I like to take that into like my everyday life, into, you know, my everyday, because if you notice it, most of the day we are asleep. You know, when you're driving, you know what I'm talking about. When you're driving and you get somewhere and you're like, I don't even remember how I got here. Like, how did I get here? Unfortunately, I feel like we will just go through our day-to-day life like that, like just asleep. You guys, it's actually wild. So through the day, start making just like start putting intentions to certain things throughout the day. You know, maybe like when you're washing the dishes, like to really like wash the dishes and feel the soap on your hands and feel the temperature of the water and feel like what your body feels like when you're doing it, and like look at all of the dishes. And you could do this with literally anything. I like to do it while I drink my matcha or my coffee, like really tasting the flavors, you know what I mean? Really feeling the temperature of the coffee, really like connecting my hands with the cup. Like, it's just so powerful to be able to just really be in that moment, you know? And I feel like most of our lives, we don't do that because we're already thinking in our mind, we're in our head, and we're thinking, what's next? Like, I'm gonna have this coffee, and then what's next? Like, we're on this like hustle 24/7, like go, go, go mentality, because that is what we think that we need to be. That is what we've been sold that we need to be in order to be successful, in order to be happy. I feel like I keep kind of like going out onto like other topics, but like we don't take that time in the day to just be, not to be doing anything, like just be. The thing here is that the present moment, you guys, is literally all that we have. It might be a little crazy to understand at first. The Power of Now, the book, The Power of Now, I definitely recommend it. It's such a good book, and it really explains everything in detail. But this moment right here is all that actually exists, okay? Because the future and the past only exists in our brain. Like, it only exists in our head. And they say that depression is caused by living in the past and anxiety is caused by living in the future. So obviously there are, you know, brain, imbalances that could actually cause depression. So I'm not minimizing, you know, depression, but I'm saying that, you know, those things are very much true, I think, in a lot of situations where we are building up anxiety because we keep thinking about the future when it doesn't even exist. It's not here. All we have is right now. Lately, I've just been doing the most out of everything. You know, making my water cute, making my water an experience. If you guys watch my other video, everything in this life is an experience. That's what it is. It's an experience. So make the best experience of it, you know? I feel like in this moment, I understand, I get it. COVID, it sucks. We have to be in our houses. Some people may not like working from home. Some people may love working from home. Some people are more, you know, outgoing and social, and so they want to go out and stuff. I get it, okay? But I promise you that there will be a time in the future where you might think back and think, why didn't I take advantage of that time? Why didn't I just live in the moment instead of like wanting to fast forward to later? You know what I mean? Because why do we stay doing that? We live our lives just waiting for the next big moment, waiting for the next big thing. I can speak for myself on like work and goals that I've had where it's like, okay, great, I'm here, now what's next? And it's like, what? Like, you're never going to be happy like that because we're always just waiting for what's next when this moment, you guys, is all that is here. So even though, you know, COVID is not the ideal situation, you may be in lockdown still and it might just not be ideal, but just make it an experience, okay? Just make the very most that you can out of it because it's an experience. It's an experience, okay? So my little water here, could I have just drinking it out of a water bottle? Yes, but I chose to make it an experience because I can, and there's no reason for it. And it's funny because I used to be the kind of person that would be like, what's the point of that? Like, there's no point. Like, what's the point? Why would I do like the most? Like, why? And like, we've gotten so used to having to have like a means to an end. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but like, there has to be a reason for something. Like, what's the purpose of it? There doesn't have to be a purpose. The purpose is just doing it. And if it makes you happy and it fills your soul, so point blank period. That's the purpose of it. Like, it doesn't have to have like a reason. You know? Celebrate small victories, you guys. This is such a big one. And unfortunately, I think because of social media, a lot of times we don't deem our victories worthy because we are always comparing ourselves to everybody else's victories, and like, we just get so lost in that outside world of like, what is everybody else doing? And like, why don't I have that? You know what I mean? So I think celebrating small victories is so important. And I find that even myself, I stopped doing that because I was like, no, I need to work harder. Like, this isn't enough. And like, that's so not the way to go about it. Like, it doesn't have to be a huge victory because everything is an experience. So experience everything. When you have a victory, live it up. Buy yourself some balloons, buy yourself some flowers. Like, make everything just a great experience. And also realize that success is a series of like small wins. You really just have to enjoy the journey, you guys, and not just like the final destination, you know? And I feel like even in my career, I was very much like, okay, what's the next goal? What's the next goal? What's the next goal? Like, what are we doing next? And very much on like automatic and just doing things because they had to be done, and doing things on like, what's next? Like, what's the next thing that I want to accomplish? And that's just not gonna make you a happy person because you're like living in the future. You're living for tomorrow when you should be living for right now because this is all that we have, you know? So stop and smell the roses. I know that these are all things that you've probably heard. I know that these are quotes that you've probably seen. I know that people have probably told you this before, but I really feel like now I feel it. You know, and I know that you're watching this video because for a reason. Like, it wasn't just a coincidence. Like, you're watching this video, you got the notification for this video, or you happen to click on this video because you were meant to see this, and it's like a sign. You know, stop living in the future. Stop living for tomorrow. Live right now. Enjoy this moment. Because the thing is that this moment right here was the future of another time. You know what I mean? So just feel it here. Yes, there's a lot of stuff going on around the world that's not great, and we may be on lockdown and it may not be the ideal situation, but I promise that there is always good to every situation that you find. And like, it's almost like magical. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I feel like life lately has just been magical. Does that mean that crazy things don't happen? No, it doesn't. But it just means that when you come at those things with like a happy attitude and like a positive attitude, things will just flow. Like, they'll just flow. Like, it's almost like it'll just flow. That's the only way that I can explain it, is like things will go good. You'll attract good people. You'll attract more good positive vibes. Like, it's actually really crazy. But that was my last tip. I think I'm gonna go on TikTok and just kind of share more of just like little things that I want to share with you guys, and also books, just kind of like a rundown of the books, because I know, you know, I'm giving a lot to you right now, especially if this is like the first time that you're kind of hearing about all this stuff. So I know it might be a little bit overwhelming. Don't be overwhelmed. Let it flow. Don't let those overwhelming like emotions like drag you down and stuff. I think for now, a good way to start is guided meditation on Netflix that I told you guys about. It's honestly, it's really cute too. Like, I feel like the little graphics are just really cute, and I feel like it's just a really good way to get started on your meditation journey. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys found it useful. Please let me know down below what other kind of content you guys want to see, and I'm very committed this year to put out content that really makes me feel good, and content that has intention behind it. And so if you guys give me ideas, then maybe I could find ways to kind of, you know, combine those two and give you guys what you want, while also give you guys, you know, what I really want to share with you guys. Because I feel like even last year, like, there was just, again, a lot of automatic. I mean, throughout my whole lifetime, I feel like there's been a lot of automatic, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to really work and be conscious and give things purpose and give things like a good intention, you know? So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm sending you guys so much love and so much light, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.